I'd like to introduce Rita Mazalevskis.
Good morning. I'm not a NAB customer. I am a shareholder. But I would classify myself also as an accidental victim. I do have a question, but I am here representing my uncle, Lewis Tomcsanyi, and my whole extended family and generations of our family in regards to a farm that has been passed down through our generations that NAB stole. Now, I know you say you have cases that you don't agree with, but sometimes there are cases you literally don't agree with, and you'll fight to the nth degree, which is in our circumstance, 10 years of legal fight. But we actually have all the evidence, undeniable evidence, so it's just astonishing. I will ask a question which is more to do with housekeeping, and it's directed to the CEO and the chair. When there is a new CEO or chair, what I'd like to know is, what sort of handover is there in regards to company information, issues, complaints, as you know, legacy complaints, to roll over continuity of what has been lodged with to the bank? And are you across these issues? Do you have access to the emails that we would have initially lodged with Mr. Thorburn or Ken Henry or the board at that time? Are they passed to you, or do they go into a deep dark hole and then we have to start again with the new chair and the new board or any new director?
What I can say is that there is a handover process, not necessarily every email, but I've certainly made Ross aware of the work that we've had underway. I think we had something like, mentioned earlier, some 48 long-standing cases that had quite a lot of complexity to them. Approximately 20 odd are either resolved or on the path to resolution. And while not every email would be reviewed by the incoming CEO, obviously the senior staff who handle these things have all that information. So certainly it would be surprising that people would have to send emails again, because that information should not be lost.
Well, that actually is the case, because we've had to submit additional information when there's been a new CEO, including yourself, Chair, when you were acting CEO. Who are the senior people and how would they brief the CEO? Do they give them documentation step by step through the process of legacy cases, or how are they informed?
So, well, certainly I'll tell you how I was informed, and I don't know whether Ross in his 3 weeks had had this opportunity yet, but I was presented with a large old-fashioned ring binder folder about this thick, which covered the 48 long-standing case summaries, and I spent time back in February and March reading those.
Okay, and did you change your view on any of them?
Well, I didn't have a view to start with.
Or meet with any of the legacy customers?
Certainly, I did meet, as I think has already been referred to by a couple of speakers. I met with quite a number of legacy customers and asked a number of questions of the people that were handling those cases as to how we had come to the views that we've come to.
Okay, so the ones that you haven't met with, where you've come to NAB's view and not taken into consideration the actual aggrieved customer, who, I'll just repeat, has all the evidence and has been fighting this fight truthfully with the bank, and has been denied the truth through a court process. If you haven't met with them, are you prepared to meet with all the outstanding customers that are in this situation?
I'll have to ask my Chief Executive.
Yeah, first off, can I just make a comment? I have been briefed on the large number of cases. I, like Phil, was given the very large red manila folder.
Yeah.
I have briefings on a number of these cases. I have seen the process that customers have been through, be it through the courts or through an internal process or an external party. I've also seen where the people have not been prepared to go through some form of resolution either, which I found outstanding and interesting in itself. And I think we just need, in many of these cases, for this resolution to get back together with some form of mediation to go through it. But at the end of the day, I do need to be very clear that I'm not going to relitigate everything that's gone on in this bank. Where you have new evidence that you put to the West Australian court, was not put to the court, you believe should have. Yes, my team are very happy to see it, but I'm not going to relitigate anything on behalf of all of our shareholders. And we all need to be very realistic about what is actually resolved at the end of the day.
I totally agree with you, Ross.
Thank you.
But I just want to clarify that what was put to the West Australian court, I wasn't going to mention it, but since you have, was actually in the affidavit of your lawyers, Alan's Linklaters. It wasn't new evidence that we put forward. So it's actually your evidence document. So that's why we are so passionate about our argument.
I'm happy for my team and to see the detail. If you get that to me, I will. But please be aware, I want to see new evidence, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.